So I guess what I'm saying is that you really have to. Well, the fights are kind of more dynamic in that sense, but at the same time not. Because in Nocturne you can swap in and out demons, which all have different properties, and if you do things right, you can have the perfect setup for a certain boss fight. So, because you can prepare more easily like that. This game, you can't really prepare in the same way because your weaknesses and strengths are static. But you can change your skills, but you can't do that on the fly, so it's most of the time it's inevitable that you might not have the perfect set of skills for a boss fight. And I'm a little bit torn between what I actually prefer. I mean, this game you can actually manage if you don't, by not buffing yourself as much as you can do in Nocturne. At least what I've felt is that bosses in DDS in general seem to be more focused towards, like, they have weaknesses you can exploit. This is not always the case in Nocturne. So if you actually get the appropriate set of skills, you can use that and you can just keep abusing it well, not quite abusing it, but to always have more turn icons than the boss. Which is as important as it is in Nocturne, but not quite. But the execution of the whole strategy of that is just different than how it is in Nocturne. And I guess I kind of like the way you play it, the way you have to play the boss fights in this game. Despite the limitations, but also despite the limitations you have, but you also have this advantage of a Nocturne, which at least I can appreciate more than more than how you have to do it in Nocturne, or how you can do it. I'm sure you can just play Nocturne without any buffs and all that, still manage, but it just seems like they make such a big difference, and once you get started on doing it, like once you discover that they're so good, you might actually keep using them. Unless you, I don't know, play the game in a way that you decide that, hey, I'm not going to use buffs. I'm just going to use normal spells and still try to beat the bosses. Yeah, I don't know, it just seems like when you use the buffs in this game, they don't seem to make as much of a difference than Nocturne, I don't know. It seems like the damage numbers don't increase as much as they do in Nocturne for some reason. Okay, so we're finally done here. Always when I have a boss fight and I start talking, that's when I actually kill them. Surf. I thought, I figured that he'd actually devoured him. Oh.
The fluid that sustained Sarah has saved you as well. You should be able to wake up. It would be very easy to return to God right now. But you have an obligation to those whose lives you touched. I am Schrödinger. I'll use that name, as this world requires data to represent existence. All things in this world are composed of data. Human beings, you, myself, even the world itself.
Excuse me?
Data originates from God, and to God it returns. This is the cycle of the universe. Beyond this knowledge lies enlightenment. Understanding what is truly important. That is the sole reason this world exists, and you within it, you may not be able to understand yet. For now, let me show you the data you wish to see. I can do that in here.
How long are you going to keep this up? For crying out loud, Surf! She can't even live without that fluid!
That's why you'll never surpass me. Since when did people start expecting science to be humane? To study the body, you cut it open. To study the mind, you isolate it by crushing the heart. Historically, that's how science has advanced.
I talked with the sun for 2 whole minutes today.
You did great, Sarah.
You'll really let me go on a boat if I can talk for 10 minutes?
I promised, remember?
That guy's scary, Surf.
Oh, I don't know why that made me laugh so
A
much.
fully cohesive virtual world?
Number 19 created it outside of our knowledge. Not only that, but also AI programs with fully functional virtual egos.
It's a worthless, sentimental playhouse she created for self-consolation. It's sickening.
This is incredible. I'll draft the proposal immediately.
You can't! Her mental and emotional stress is off the charts. She's aging at an accelerated rate. We can't risk pushing her even farther.
Is this true?
Don't be concerned, Colonel Beck.
There's an error in Samsara's data circulation system. Code 8081454.
Aborting stages 2 through 5.
These EEG readings are all wrong. Her condition's critical.
She should last a bit longer. Inject the stimulant. Can you hear me, Sarah? Hang in there. We're almost done.
That's enough!
Don't be a hypocrite. You wanted to learn about God, didn't you? That's why you joined. If Sarah dies, we move on to the next child. If that child dies, we use another. That's how it works. Honestly, we shouldn't be wasting time on trivial arguments. I think we're both better than that.
You're really something, you know that? You can't just manipulate people to do whatever the hell you want!
Oh, can't I now? Simple, huh? The human heart is a machine. We can predict the outcome of any action. Considering my goal is God's power, people are just tools. Her sadness angered God. Contaminated by the rush of data, the man became a demon. He devoured those around him and was eventually killed.
She spent 5 years here, sealing her heart shut. Her paradise became hell. She dreamt for a long time about you. Your original traits may reflect her perception of us. However, you are different now.
There you are! What did you do to me? Sarah. Where is Sarah?
You and I are dead. Accept it. We must join the circulation of data and await the end.
You're lying! I can't be dead! You fool! I have the power of God! Sarah, where?
Now, defeat these phantoms and break free from the past. And release my other self as well.
That's interesting. Wow, there was a whole lot going on in the cutscenes there. I was trying to process it. Yeah, since we have a boss fight now, I guess I'll just talk about those cutscenes later on. So how do I defeat these guys?